Okay, before I started, let me break it down for you. This is the Talking Sopranos guys. I know all of you guys know that, and with David Chase and Sharippa, Steven Sharippa, he's gonna start it off and say it's a conspiracy, mentioning my Rhiannon theory. And so, just first, let me break that down and disavow that because it's only me. A conspiracy means two people or more. It's only one, me. So let's get it started. Check it out. Now, this is from a video that I already produced. And so I'll show you the video and then I'll show you the clip within. So here's the thumbnail of the video. And it's why does David Chase disrespect James Gandolfini after death? Now check out the clip within. Now here's the Talking Sopranos crew. They're going to talk about my video, kinda, sorta. Here, take a listen.
You know that I don't know, have you heard this conspiracy on the internet? Rhiannon, AJ's girlfriend, was a plant by Phil's gang. So when she was at home at the Soprano house when they were sitting on the couch eating potato chips or whatever. And Carmela says, we're going to Holston's tonight. She knew about it. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't.
It's a big one.
Really?
She was involved in. Yeah.
Well, why would she do that? I mean, what's her connection to Phil's people?
I don't know. I didn't make it up. It's out there. Pretty heavy. You know?
The only thing that was correct in that whole clip was it's out there pretty heavy. And it is. It's out there pretty heavy. And it's mine. So let's break it down. The theory is true. And these questions prove it. Question number 1. Why would you bring Rhiannon back at the end of the series to play such a prominent role? Why? You can't ignore that. The second question, the second coming. Now, we all know that foreshadowing is very, very important to David Chase. And in both of these videos, I give an example of foreshadowing. But you must watch both of these videos because it's very important. The second coming is the key to deciphering The Sopranos, and Rhiannon theory strengthened additional clue discovered. Okay? Now, basically, the clue is the second coming episode itself. Now, that episode is very, very violent. Probably, in fact, I'll say it is definitely the most violent episode in the entire series. It's one of my favorites. I love this episode. So you have to ask the question, why are they calling this episode The Second Coming? Why? And the clue is right here. Celtic revival. Rhiannon is a Celtic name. And Rhiannon is not in this episode. Rhiannon is very prominent at the beginning of the next episode. Celtic revival. Rhiannon. Who else could it be? Nobody except Rhiannon. Because she was in the episodes up to the point where AJ found his Puerto Rican girlfriend. Okay. AJ met Rhiannon with his buddy Arnon at the club. She said she was 20. He said, shut up. She said 15. And you saw her for an episode after that or two, and then nothing. Now, Celtic revival. Next thing you know, Rhiannon is back. Ask David Chase, why? Doesn't the second coming mean Rhiannon is coming back? Isn't that what you mean by putting Celtic revival on the chalkboard here? It has to mean that. That's a major, major, major clue, folks. And then in Talking Sopranos, Michael Imperioli says, well, what's the connection? Well, the connection is simple. Her pic on the wall. That's the connection. Duh. Her pic on the wall. Now, check this video out to get deeper into the pic on the wall. Sopranos, David Chase, it's time to address the Rhiannon question. So, check this video out. This is the thumbnail. And check this video out here, Sopranos character analysis, Paulie, Rhiannon, and Butch. Now, this video breaks it down as far as that scene. In fact, I'll show the scene to you right now. It's within this video. And I'm going to show another scene too, because a lot of people ask, well, or comment, well, she's so young and blah, 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 blah. That's how people get started in the game, when they're young, not when they're in their 20s and 30s. They're old pros by then. So I'm going to break that down too. Check it out. It's 15 going on 30. Let's take a look at the scene.
His dad's really a gangster?
Capo di tutti capi.
What's that mean?
How old are you?
20.
Shut up.
15.
People out there who say that the mob wouldn't use Rhiannon because she's a young girl, no, wrong. The mob uses everyone and anyone that's willing, and no one is a more willing participant than Rhiannon. She shows that. She's down for anything. As I said, she's 15 going on 30. She's going a million miles a minute, and the mob, they've used young people forever. It doesn't matter what age you are, as long as you want to do the crime. They'll contract with you. Here's proof.
He'd walk in the door and everybody who worked the room.
Now look at this kid.
He'd give the doorman 100 just.
And here's a grown-up who started as a kid.
And all the guys that ran the game.
That's how you start in that life.
Just for keeping the
as a kid. Take a look.
I'd like to meet the kid Henry. How you doing? Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, keep going.
See, Jimmy was one of the most feared guys in the city. He was first locked up at 11, and he was doing hits for mob bosses when he was 16.
See what I mean? A guy like Jimmy Conway, real life, his name was Jimmy Burke. He was doing hits at 16. He was put in jail at 11. I mean, he was a career criminal. He knew what he wanted to be as a kid. And same thing with Rhiannon. Only thing is, I mean, she's just a setup girl. It's not like she's pulling a trigger or anything. So, yeah, she's involved. The picture on the wall at Butchie's place proves it. I can't make this video without addressing my detractors, which are a few. Now, this video here, Rhiannon Reddit post asks a question, I answer. I used to get this all the time, but I don't get it anymore because people have looked at this video and said, yeah, it makes sense. Because people used to say, oh, well, a person on Reddit said it years before you did. And then I broke it down to these stupid people that the Reddit post was asking a question. They had no idea. And so I answered the question. I had no idea that the Reddit post even existed. I didn't know anything about this Reddit and Soprano stuff. And, you know, I figured it out, and I figured I'd make a YouTube video, and then it went viral on me. You know, I had no idea about all of this stuff. And so that's why when I get negative comments, I mean, I give it to people, and I give it to people hard. And I got a reputation because of it, you know. So that's why I am the bad guy, you know. But I'll take that. I'll be that. So, yeah, I'm the bad guy. Gladly.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
That's right. That's right. I'm like Tony Montana. I am proudly the bad guy. In wrestling, I always rooted for the bad guy. The Sheik, Dick the Bruiser, Pampero Firpo, and Rowdy Roddy Piper. Those were my favorites. One more thing before I close. I have to address the people who just want to hold on, and I'm just going to say it stupidly, hold on to the Paulie theory. Okay, watch these two videos. Okay, it just doesn't mean anything. It's unreal. It's untrue. It's all speculation. There's no facts. None. As I was saying, there's no facts. No facts support the Paulie Patsy theory. And then I made a newer video. This one, not too long ago, a couple of months ago, proof Patsy had nothing to do with Tony's death. Please watch this video. Please watch it. And then after you watch this video, I think for sure you'll know that Patsy, and then if Patsy didn't, that means Paulie didn't. I mean, they had nothing to do with Tony's death. Nothing. They were loyal soldiers. They were. Paulie, he fell off the wagon briefly with the Johnny Sack thing. But after that, he hated New York more than anybody. And Patsy was a loyal soldier, and this video proves it. There's something else that people always say that really makes no sense whatsoever as well. If you think about it, if you use logic, which a lot of people just don't use, okay? Tony was a goner. Meadow could not protect him. A lot of people think that Meadow could protect Tony. Impossible. Tony was a goner. And this video, please watch this video. It proves without a doubt. And after you watch this video, you will agree that Tony was a goner. There's nothing Meadow could do. She would not have been between the gunman and Tony. See, that's what people say. Well, she would have been in between them. No, she wouldn't have been. Watch this video and you'll see why. In the end, Meadow is going to open the door to the restaurant. She's going to see her father's head get blown off, and she's going to run out of that restaurant like a little girl screaming. Let's check out the final scene. This is not Carmela. This is a patron in the restaurant. And there's others. There's blood splattered everywhere. And here's what happens next. This is Meadow. She reverts back to that little girl, screams, and runs as fast as she can out of the restaurant, away from her dad, away from her mom and brother, and to safety. She runs out, not in. How do we know? Because of the clue that David Chase gave us. Remember this scene? See the guy eating? That lets you know it's a restaurant. Foreshadowing, folks. Why was Rhiannon even put back into the show at the very end and given such a prominent role? And then, what about the second coming? Isn't that clue about Rhiannon? Celtic revival? What's that mean? It has to mean Rhiannon. Isn't that foreshadowing like David Chase loves to do? Because in the very next episode, who do we see? The girl with the Celtic name, Rhiannon. Last, if Rhiannon wasn't involved, why is her pic on the wall in Butch's restaurant? I'm sorry, not restaurant, but salon. Why is her pic on the wall? Because this is Emily Wickersham. This is the Rhiannon character. Look at those eyebrows. Look at the nose. Look at that chin. It's Rhiannon, for sure. So, I've done my job. I've proven it. And the fans have spoken. That's why the video has 317,000 views and counting. It's still going strong. But it doesn't matter what I do on YouTube. There's going to be a faction out there that always consider me the bad guy. And that's all right with me.
So say good night to the bad guy. Go on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Go on. Make way for the